Hello and welcome to another free code session. My name is Jason Bach and we move on. I renamed the thing for constructor properties to constructor properties, and now it's a constructor property model to be very explicit about what it is. I didn't like the name of it being required or a init. So changed it, makes sense. This has required is there because you need to say whether this can be nullable or not. But we move on. Okay, so now let's go to the instance parameters, parameters.length. We need to know the ref kind. So if we go to a property model, this will be interesting. Do we, because ref kind is an enum. And so to repeat that, would that be okay? Would that be all right? In other words, why does the formatting not work well when you do that? I don't know. So if I say like this dot ref kind is equal to value dot ref kind, because that's what we want. So we can do read-only property ref kind. And in all honesty, this is potentially stretching it a little bit because I don't want Microsoft Code Analysis to bleed into our models. But it's mostly, in fact, probably exclusively to like symbols, syntax tree stuff. An enum is an enum is an enum. It's just a value. And does it really make like property accessor here? That's ours. Okay, these are ours as well. So I'll put a to-do here. Should I make my own ref kind? Not sure. Not sure about that. Okay, but we move on because we need to know also, yes. So the context parameters of that, and then join on the context parameters, select, and that would be that. What do you mean you don't have that? I just put that on there, right? Where did I do that? Did I do that on the constructor one? This is one of those cases. I'm going to go back to my video and I'm going to be like, what in the world did I, close that. Let's close that. Mock type, it wouldn't be there. Builder wouldn't be there. Top construct. No, that's what I'm working on. Well, what the heck? Internal ref kind. Where did I do that? On the property model. Oh, the parameter model. Oof. Oof. That's where I wanted it. That's where I wanted it. That's where I wanted it all along. And then I think it's parameter, because there is no, oh, there is. So if I get back to where I was, where was that? Constructor builder? Yeah. Okay. Because it was just on what used to be the parameter. And so we were going, now this is probably, we could put on here, this dot requires nullable annotation is equal to, except that's going to be parameter. And then that is on extensions. And then that becomes a, I think back to when Visual Studio just started and not having any of these refactorings and stuff like that in place would just make some of this just brutal, just awful, very hard to do. And this is much simpler. So now we can say requires nullable annotation, and that reads a little bit better. And then we also need is params, except not on the property model. Not on that. Where did you go? Parameter model. I just had it up. Parameter model. I don't know why I keep shutting that, but I do because we're here. This dot is params is equal to parameter is params. And guess what, boys and girls? Yep. Except I wish it would say, like, make it internal. Be a little bit smarter about what I'm doing. And then that goes away. And then we want to say here the parameters type fully qualified type name. So we want like this dot fully qualified type fully qualified name. It's equal to parameter dot type fully qualified name. I wish I could just say it here, but I got to move all the way over here and then do that. There. And then I closed it. But now I should be able to say, oh, it was going to do it. Type fully qualified name. There. So we got more of those now, which is good. But what did we just skip over? Well, we already did that. Is pointer. Let's keep this class up. Is pointer parameter. Now I'm going to try to be a nope. Why are you not? What the heck? Oh. Hee hee. I forget some of these are mine and is what? Stop it. It's a bool. Is pointer is equal to that. Internal bool is pointer get. There. You're going to shut up now? Good. Because now that should take care of. No. That. One more down. Good, 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 good. Except now we have to do the field setters on the mock constructor builder because we need to say here now v3. v3. And yeah, the shims are going to come into play. I don't want to right now, but I'm going to have to at some point. This is require init properties and indexers. This is on the type constructor properties. The more I keep doing this, the more I realize this is the right approach to do. I should have done this from day one. Woulda, coulda, shoulda. You know, you don't know until you know, and then when you know, you know. So yeah, let's keep shims out of it for now. So we're going to say down here, revisit shims. And I think, if I remember right, yeah, it's only like right there and then here, here, here. And that's it. That's the only thing you're using shims for. So let's do that. And amazingly, that just all works, but no, it can't, because this needs to be. And now that's actually something I want to look at real quick. Equatable array. This is copied, but I believe it has like an implicit conversion. And that's equals and not equals. Implicit operator, and then an implicit operator. From and as, and then the from and as. Yeah, it does an allocation here. I'm not happy about that. Of constructor property. Properties. And then has, we're passing in. Okay, so now we've got a couple things we need to add. Is it an indexer? Is it an indexer? This dot is indexer is equal to value dot is indexer. And you don't have that, but now you do because I told you to. Except you want to have that there. So now that fades away, but there's no get accessors because we don't have a this dot accessors equal to value dot get accessors. It's just going to be this, and I know I've said it already. I've already said that ad nauseum, but it's just going to be this over and over and over and over again. Except I don't have to, at least I don't have to keep calculating it there. That takes care of a little bit of it. And then can be seen by containing assembly. Yeah, we run into that a lot. And we need to because for good reasons. What is this? Init indexers. Yeah, you don't. Oh, you don't know what it is because I'm causing an error there. And the constructor properties were that, and then we had a can be seen. There's a thought in the back of my head that I keep going through is this whole can be seen by containing assembly is very pervasive. And what's really being said here is this this parameter, specifically its type, can you see it? Because you're just going to get a list of all of them, and it may be a type that is internal to the assembly, and you just don't want to inadvertently grab it because you're not going to be able to generate mock code that's correct. So we could put that here. It just means then that we have to pass in the assembly for the current compilation. And that's the problem. I would love to say value dot containing, but it's not, there's no containing. Oh, well, you can see it's for containing assembly. And the value is a property symbol. So that property being in a certain assembly, sure, this can be seen by containing. Well, no, we don't want the properties assembly. We want the compilations assembly. There is a difference, and we have to be, that's probably why I named it as such, because, and then we need to pass in assembly symbol compilation assembly to be very, 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 very explicit. I don't have an overload for that. I always say that. Yeah. Why are you barking? Oh, for God's sakes. I should just not do that now, but if I don't do it, the compilation assembly. Okay. And then you need this. So because you're being a pain again and you don't know how to handle this, bool. There. And now if I come back over here, we did all that to say, could you be seen? So now init indexers. Oh, yeah, because that's right. It could be either a property or an indexer. And so we do need to have a property that has the right stuff. And this is also needed for just the property model, because we need to have the right things there. So, but it's the same thing as what you do in a method. Like the parameters are the same for a method. And what am I doing here? Jason, comments, have them. What we do want is this dot parameters is equal to value as parameters. Oh yeah, it does. To select new property. No, yeah, no. Parameter model, which should take a parameter symbol, right? To immutable. Well, can you say here as equatable? No, you can't. But we do want this to be equatable. Internal equatable array of parameter model parameters get there. And so now if we come back over here, whoosh, they all go away. And for a parameter model, we would definitely want the type. We do have the type fully qualified name. So we already have that. So if we come here, we can say that, nope, snarf, type fully qualified name. And look, that just goes away. Isn't that kind of cool? Isn't that kind of cool? Type fully qualified name. Look at that. Look at that. And I think that's a good place to stop for now, because we just bashed out all that. We're on a roll. Overconfidence is kicking in. Warning. just stop, Jason, because you haven't even generated any code and you got a bunch of compilation errors. So just cool your jets, okay? But I think this is a good place to stop. I am on vacation. I don't want to be doing all the things and just not having, I want to have some fun too during vacation. But I'll probably come back to this after dinner and maybe do an episode or two more and continue on, which looks like really the only thing is the nullable annotation here. Let's just change this here real quick. There, that reads better. And, constructor property model. Nullable annotation is equal to, you going to pick it up? Yes, you are. Look at that. Can you look at that? I mean, look at how awesome Visual Studios. And so now we come back here. Oh, they're all gone now. There's no is indexer on the constructor properties? Yeah, there is. Oh, because I spelt it wrong. And boom, gone. Except now we have name here. We don't have name. Why don't we have name? The name is, no. Name is equal to value.name. Yeah. And then read-only property and then F12 and changes to internal and Bob's your uncle. One left. Oh, because we can say is reference type. Yeah. Let's do that. Is reference this dot is reference type equal to value.type dot is reference type, and we now can say that, and then we go F12 to that, and we go internal, and now all of it's done. But now we have, other than the shims, which we're going to have to come back to later. We already talked about that. But we already have now the ability to say constructors with the properties that you can or should or must set. And it all works. Well, it doesn't have compilation errors. So we got that going for us. Okay, now I will stop and we'll move on to the next thing. I still don't like this like immutable array and then this is equatable. Like all the things that are, that's another rule is like on the parameter model. If we have, well, we should have like on the constructor model. Do we actually get that far? Yeah, this should be an equatable array. And on the methods, like the method model, that should also be, like all these should be equatable. All these things are things that can be equatable. Mutable array is not good enough. So, well, let me rephrase that. Immutable arrays are awesome, but we want to make sure that we have these as equatable arrays. So anyway, stop JSON. Next one, let's at least go back to where I was, and that was the mock constructor builder. And so the next thing we do are the methods. But once we have the methods, then we come back up here to the mock builder and we just do the expectations, method expectations. So we might, you know, not close, but I'd say in the next 2 episodes at some point, I think we're going to be able to actually write a test, a very simple test to say test the V3 engine, and we'll see what happens. Thank you all for watching. Leave comments and questions below. See you in the next episode.